Hey guys, welcome. I'm super excited. I just got back from a magical 3, 4, I feel like it was like a 5 day experience. It was a trip to the Bahamas, a Disney Dream cruise orchestrated by Dr. Carla Burns and Black Diamond Denise Walsh. They are at the tippy top of our company. They have been in, it works for a long time. They have learned and grown in other areas of their life. Like I said, Dr. Carla Burns. So like these people know what they're doing. They orchestrated this event, put it on together for us. And it actually started before the cruise. So I'm kind of going to explain what it is a little bit, and then I'm going to go into what I learned and kind of how you guys can also apply this to your teams and how you guys can grow and, do some of the exercises that we were able to do. And just, kind of give you a little insight on it because it's an open invite next year, for anyone that wants to come. So you just have to, be in It Works, and you don't have to be on Denise's or Carla's team. And I think that's super cool that they're wanting to better, our lives and our teams, and they don't have to, right? So that just shows you their hearts. That just shows you that they, they're just so willing to pour, and I just feel so filled up. I may look a little down just because I'm tired. It was an intense trip because the ship got really rocky in one of the days when we were driving home. So I got like some sickness going on. We had to do a 5K in the Bahamas, which I'm going to talk about why we did that run. And it just was overall, so exciting. And, after vacations, you're just kind of tired. But I wanted to get all this out now before I forgot and just share with you guys how different I feel. I feel transformed. I came into this thinking it was gonna, give me breakthrough. It was gonna let down barriers. It was gonna, inspire me, motivate me. Like I knew like it was gonna do good things. I love events. I love growing. I love going to things. So I had that anticipation, but the word transformed, you guys, I'm not even joking. Like I feel like a completely different person from inside, from out, head to toe. And it's just like great feeling. It's not like transformed in a bad way, it's transformed in a good way. So this event started, like I said, I don't even know what to call it, like seminar, event, workshop, training, exercises. It all started before the cruise. We had homework. We had to watch specific Disney movies that had messages in them that we basically assessed, how they orchestrate, how they relate to everyday life. And we were able to kind of, look at certain things and then reflect on our lives, reflect on our, childhood, reflect on how, things can apply to that. So we watched Cinderella, we watched Peter Pan, Snow White, Maleficent, and I think there was one more. So we were able to kind of look at lessons from that, and it was just really cool how we applied it. Then there was different questions that we had to answer and different exercises that we did, and the whole point of the whole Disney thing. So you guys are probably like, well, what does Disney have anything to do with this? Disney, when you're a child, right, like you dream, you have dreams, you want to become an astronaut, you want to become, a doctor, you want to work with kids, you want to work with animals, like you have all these dreams, and then all of a sudden life happens, right? And we forget, we get told what we have to do. We get told that we're supposed to go to college and we're supposed to do this and that because society wants that, or our parents want that, or, your husband wants this. So, Disney kind of brings you back to that inner child and, lets you know that you can do anything and everything you want. Like if you watch the movie Cinderella, you know that she had everything working against her. She had her evil stepmother, she had her evil stepsisters, and she still made it to the ball and married Prince Charming. Okay. So anything is possible if you just believe and you be kind and have courage, like her mom told her before she passed. And I am a firm believer in that, you guys. You can do anything and everything in this world. You just have to have the right tools and the right mindset to do it. And, Denise kind of gave us the tools to design our dream life. So these are her books, her workbook, and her actual book. Highly recommend. I think they're on Amazon. And then Carla Burns also gave us a tool to help us kind of dream bigger in a sense, and, how Walt was able to orchestrate all these movies and his vision with Disney and whatnot. It allows you to just become a better person ultimately. And then as you become a better person, right, you help other people become a better person. And I feel like life is always about evolving and growing. And that's what all of this kind of was. And we had different, like I said, homework to do and different questions. And we were able to, work together, but also work individually on, how we can become better. And it's not always an easy journey to grow, like you have to kind of let go of your ego. You have to let go of your pride, and you have to accept certain things about yourself. And there's a reason why I'm telling you guys all of this, because you have to work through all of that before you can elevate in your life. So if you're in this business and you've been stuck at ruby, if you've been stuck at emerald, if you've been stuck at diamond, double diamond, I've been trying to go triple for a long time. And I felt like I had to go through some of these seasons and these valleys in order to get to that next level. So going on this cruise, it's like fueling me faster. It's like an engine propelling me versus an anchor of me sitting in the same place in my life and I'm not growing, right? So we use these tools like these events and these seminars and, even just listening to podcasts at home, reading a book, that's still tools to grow and to better your life. And I feel like if you're not going to show up for yourself, then who are you showing up for? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just you against you. So I just loved doing these because it made you, think differently. I feel like there's a lot of cruelty and negativity in the world, right? And I feel like when we look at things differently or we look at things in a more positive note, then it gives us hope for the future to get better. And that's exactly what this did. It just restored hope, belief, and all of that. So one of the first things that we had to do, though, is, I feel like this is important to talk about, is we had to do a core personal beliefs assessment. And what that means is, how do you perceive the world? How do you perceive the future? So if you have pen and paper, you can, kind of write that down. What do you see in yourself? What do you see in your future? What do you see in your world? If you see it dark, if you see someone constantly telling you can't do it, then you're going to have to work a little bit harder to propel yourself into that next, level of dreaming and what you want in your life. So kind of, knowing where you're at first. You can't help someone or you can't move forward if you don't know where you're already at, right? So I feel like that really, really helped to kind of assess that and then move forward. And then this book that we also got is meant to kind of go into the everyday to day and making small goals come true within the big goal. So of course we all have those big goals, right? So if you have pen and paper, I want you guys to start writing. What do you want? Okay. Just write down, what do you want? Okay. For me, I want to go triple diamond. Okay. What else do you want? So I'm going to write down, I want triple diamond. Okay. What else do you want? I want to be debt free. Okay. So you guys write down what you want. Okay. And then what else do you want? And you just keep going. And this is something that you can do with your team, and you can, do it with your family if they're having that negative mindset, if maybe they're not enabling you to grow or they're not dreaming with you. Have them do this, because I started doing this with my parents too. I'm like, what car would you guys want? If you could have any car in the world, what car would you want? And I'm starting to cast that vision for them, that they can do anything they want to, and that they're not supposed to be stuck where they're at, right? Like life is about progressing and growing, and anyone and everyone can do it. It's just a matter of actually doing it. So you just keep writing. What do you want? So write down like 3 more things. Have like 5 things written down. I want to be a wife and mom. That's what I want. One day. When, how, I don't know. It's not up to me, but that's what I want, right? I want to be, and then keep going. Or I want, this car. I want this in my life. Whatever it is for you, just write down 5 things right now. You guys wrote down 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I wrote down 5. This book basically tells you to do that too. So this is what Denise and Carla use to help them get to where they're at. And if you guys don't know, they are very, very successful. So identifying your top 5 lifetime values is a shortcut to identifying your goals. So you first need to know what you value in your life. Who are the 2 people I like and respect the most, and why? So that's something else you guys can write down on your own. Who is the happiest person I know? How would I describe myself? What are the 3 things I like most and least about myself? And then this is like a whole workbook that keeps going. So if you're on my team directly, I can do more lives in our team page about this. But I just think that it's super important to be aware of what you want first, because if you don't know what you want, you're never going to get it. Like I'm talking to someone right now that wants to join the business and she's like, I don't know how much money I want. Okay, well, you're never going to make money if you don't know what you want, right? So then I'm like, do you want 200? Do you want 500 a month? So I'm kind of helping her cast that vision, but that's what leaders do, you guys. If you're on this Zoom, hopefully you're a leader or you're in that leader position or you're getting to that leader position. It's up to us to cast that vision for our teams. And something that Denise really drilled into my head this weekend was she was talking, I'm pulling up my notes, she was talking about, everyone talking about what they want on your team, or in your life, even whoever you're around. If you're not trying to dream bigger with the people you're around, then why are you around them, right? If they're not helping you level up in life, then it's time to be around people that are going to help you level up in life. So you can do that for 2 minutes, ask them what they want. So how to get your newbies and rubies dreaming bigger. This is something that I had a question about because I wanted to know, how can I apply all of this on a smaller scale, right? And just connecting with them, showing them your dreams, and you leading by example ultimately. So if you're going to go out there and make a post saying, this is all the things that I want, I'm just feeling so, inspired for 2020, then your team's going to start looking at that and being like, okay, what do I want? And remember, guys, people join with people that have a vision, that know where they're going. So it's up to you to lead from the front and cast that vision for them, because then their vision is going to start to develop based upon what you're saying. So something else I wrote down is that you can basically, hang on 1 second, I'm trying to find the right spot. That you can also talk about your vision and dreaming what you want with your team, for your team. So like you do it for your team, meaning like you can basically speak how they are going to get their goals as if they already have them. So if you know your team and their goals, talk to them about it and be like, hey, how's it going working towards that book? Or how's it going working towards buying that car? How's it going towards paying off your debt? Things like that, because that is what's going to allow you to stay more connected with them and to grow, as leadership with them, not only within yourself, but within, them, and it's going to create a community. So I thought that was super cool how she just like brought that perspective to me, because I did not know that. But something else that we had to do was we had to dress up and start acting and talking and speaking like we are in that role. So who do you want to be in 5 years? That was like the main, theme of this event. Okay. And you have to start acting like them. So if you want to be a mom of 3, then start pretending like you have a 3rd child on the way. If you want to be, like for me, I know I want to be a writer. I already started planning my bio for when I'm a writer, because that's one step closer to making that happen. So you have to act the part before you get the part. And I thought that was super cool. What else did I write down? So they had us do the 5K. It was non-negotiable. They said you either walk, run, or crawl. It doesn't matter. You're doing this 5K, which is 3 miles. And it was in the Bahamas, super hot. We were not able to really like plan for it. You know what I mean? Some people walked, some people ran. I looked at it as an opportunity to challenge myself and to push myself physically, because why not? I've always wanted to do something like that. So I took it seriously, and I'm paying for it now. I feel like I have shin splints and my ankles are swollen, but that's okay, because I'm proud of myself. I pushed myself. I set a goal to do it under 40 minutes, and I ended up doing it in 30 minutes. I did not really practice for it. I did a little bit of cardio here and there, but I did go to the gym the day before, and I stretched and I warmed up, and I felt confident and I felt ready to take on that challenge, because I felt that mindset is everything, right? And if I'm telling myself that I'm okay, I'm telling myself that I'm stretching and I'm trying to do whatever I can to do it, I did so much better than what I thought, because I had the mindset of that going into it. So I really believe that the mindset controls everything. Some people said that they just were going to walk it, and then they ended up running it because they were inspired to run, because you just tell yourself that you can do it, and then you can go do it. So that's something that Denise said too, is when you're going into like challenges, don't be like, oh, I'm not going to promote. Or, you know, if you guys know her story, she said that she was like, haha, wouldn't it be so funny if I almost didn't make Black Diamond because I missed, you know, one of the months. Because you have to hit $100,000 a month consistently, consecutively for 6 months in order to reach the rank of Black Diamond in our company. So she was joking saying, haha, what if I just miss it by a couple $1,000s, you know, 1 month? And guess what? That happened, and it took her 3 years to hit Black Diamond. So that shows you the power of your mindset. So if you say that you're going to go diamond, if you say you're going to go ruby, and you just focus on it, don't say the negative of, oh, what if I don't know? Don't even have that thought, because that thought is doubt creeping in, and that's going to deter you from reaching that goal. So you just have to decide and then go after it. And the same can be applied to anything, you know, motherhood. If you're struggling to, you know, be a mom, then say, I'm the best mom ever. You know, positive self-talk is applied to everything in our life. And they wanted us to apply it to physical activity in this race and to push ourselves and to do it because it's pushing us out of our comfort zone. So if you're struggling with something, anything in your life, like I've struggled with relationships in the past, now I'm saying I'm going to be the best girlfriend and the best wife ever, because I know that I've had enough practice and experience to, you know, hopefully become that. So I'm just manifesting what I want. And that's ultimately what dreaming bigger is you're manifesting. And today I watched Hook, and they were saying how, you know, you never want to grow up. You always want to have that childhood playful mindset, because otherwise you're stuck in the motions, and that's not fun, you guys. He was like completely neglecting his kids, not even paying attention to them, because he was so caught up with work. And that was a big eye opener for me too. I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I want to enjoy my life, because we only have so much time on this earth, right? So just perspective is mainly, you know, what I'm getting at is just having a different perspective on dreaming, and knowing that you can go after it if you just, you know, start planning towards it. But if you don't start working towards it, if you don't have a plan, you may not ever get there. So on Monday, we're doing another Zoom with Denise, and how she's going to give us like action steps to put into place of making our dreams come true. So I'll do another Zoom on that for our team, so that way you guys can see, you know, what she guided me with. Right now it's just kind of like a recap. But yeah, ultimately, you guys, it was just so fun, you know, seeing that they're just like us. You know, they started at the bottom. They teamed up as sidelines, and they're not on the same team, Denise and Carla, and they just were cheering each other on along the way. So find someone that you have the same, you know, core values with. Find someone that has similar goals. Find someone that you connect with in this business. And I connected with 3 new girls that I didn't know before this, and it's because I'm open to making new friends. It's because I'm open to learning and growing and, you know, having good positive vibes with people. So if you don't have those people around you, or you don't have someone like that, put yourself in position to get that. You know, start adding new friends on Facebook, and you never know, maybe a sideline will reach out to you and be like, hey, I love how you post. How did you learn how to post like that? Because I've done that before, where I'm like, girl, where do you find all your quotes? Like, I need some more of these quotes. And I made a new sideline friend that way. So you just have to be, you know, I feel like confident to reach out and to just put yourself in those situations. Like, go to a local event for It Works. We have one coming up in Riverview, December 2nd. Go. You're going to connect with someone there that maybe you didn't, you know, and that you guys have the same things in common, and you can help each other. So Carla and Denise kind of pushed each other. If you watched Cinderella, they called each other like their fairy godmothers, you know, where they just kind of like lifted each other up and, you know, enabled them. And if you follow, you know, the word of the Lord, he says, basically find someone to sharpen your iron, right? Like 2 people sharpening each other's iron. I forget the Bible verse, but that's what I'm kind of saying, is find someone that can help you grow, and you in return can help them grow, and you guys can make magic happen together. So does anyone have any questions? I wanted to keep this pretty short, but something else that I did want to read something out of this book, and I need to find it real quick. So I had it on my phone. I didn't have the actual hard copy book until now, but okay, I'll share this quote because it just stood out to me. So this quote says, I think of a child's mind as a blank book. During the first years of his life, much will be written on the pages. The quality of writing will affect his life profoundly. So basically, a lot of things that stem from your life right now, or where you're at, or where you're trying to go, is from your inner child. I had no clue about any of this stuff until I started doing these exercises. And they say that whatever happened to you like around 3 to like 7 years old is what's kind of like embedded in your head. So if your parents were always fighting, if you went through, you know, your family getting a divorce, like that's something you have to work through. And there's different, you know, meditations out there to kind of help you release that, and just to like reprogram your mind. And that's what Denise talked about, is that this is all about reprogramming your mind. And this is like kind of the last thing I'll end on, is if you always looked at money bad, or if you always looked at, you know, being an entrepreneur as bad, then you're going to have to work through that and to know that it's not bad, that you can be successful, that, you know, you can do what you want to do. You just have to let go of that limiting belief to propel you forward. Does that make sense? So we have these thoughts in our head, and all these things that are kind of going on is what's programming our reality. So you can change this. The mind is stronger than the body. That's what I learned too in the run that I did. I was like, keep going, Natalie, keep going, Natalie, keep going, Natalie. And I kept going, even though I was tired and my legs were hurting. Like I didn't want to do it, but I just kept going because I kept telling myself. So what you tell yourself about your childhood, if you're saying, you know, oh, my childhood sucked, like it was so bad, I was so neglected. Okay, look at that and say, you know, I'm thankful I had parents that gave birth to me. You know, look at the positives and everything. And you're going to see that you're going to be able to release some of those negative thoughts. But you just have to be first aware of it. And I think that's the biggest thing. So hopefully this gave you guys some insights. Next year, they're going to do a little bit different. They're going to do some of the exercises before, some of it on, so that way we can connect more in person. They tried it differently the last couple of years, but it's going to be in November next year. Same cruise, same times. They're going to do a small monthly payment plan. So if you're interested, reach out to me or reach out to Carla or Denise, and they can get you set up with that. But I'm definitely excited. I'm going again. I can't wait. I hope they do one sooner than that, because November is a long time away. But I just learned so much. I grew. I got inspired. I was able to legit hang out with Carla and Denise in their rooms. They came to my room. Like, it was like such a intimate level, and it just shows you that they're not untouchable, right? That they're real people just like us. And I feel like when you're around those people, you just get so inspired, you know, because you've seen what they can do, and it just makes you believe that you can do it too. So, and just being in Disney, it's just magical. Okay. It's just magical. And they do have adult only sections, because my parents want to go to, and they're like, was there a lot of kids? I'm like, yes, but not more than like any other, you know, I feel like event like that. Like, it wasn't like overbearing, because there's adult sections. So there's adult pool, there's an adult spa, there's an 18 and up place on Castaway, the Disney's private island that you can go to. So I felt like it was very orchestrated well, and the customer service, you guys, with Disney is subpar. It is like top level. Like, I had no complaints. They go above and beyond to make sure that you're happy, and it just made the experience so much better. So hopefully you guys consider it. If you have any questions, reach out to me as well. I'd be more than happy to share. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I encourage you guys to, what do you want? Listen to your heart. Okay, what do you want? I want to go back to being a dancer, like tap, jazz, lyrical, ballet style dancing. That's what I want. I feel like it's been on my heart, and I'm going to go do it, because nothing's stopping me from doing it. So, and that's from my childhood. I danced for 9 years when I was younger, and I don't know why I stopped, because I moved, and I miss it. So think of what you want. What did you used to do? What gives you joy? What fills you up? What do you think about? What is that little voice telling you inside your head? That is what your calling is. Maybe that is what your life purpose is. And that's what these exercises, you know, are helping us work towards. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to start filling out my books and continue reading them, because it's just so good. So love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.